Hello everyone, my name is Nousra. I'm a senior sales account manager at Gameloft, and today what I'm going to do is to present you all the gaming opportunities that you can tackle in the Middle East and the African markets. So to do so, I made a presentation that I'm going to share you right now, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. So before we even go and talk specifically of that market, what I'm going to do is to give you an overview of the video gaming industry worldwide. So first, I think the question that you should ask yourself is, why should you consider the gaming industry and what can it provide you? So first of all, the gaming industry is a pop culture phenomenon. So for sure, there is something for you to get from it. The first thing is that there is 2.2 billion gamers worldwide. So this means that 1/4 of the population are are gamers. So this is really huge. I mean, 1/4 of the population is. If you're in a room and there is 4 people, and if you're not a gamer, this means one of the others is a player. So that's for me really amazing. Maybe your mom is a gamer, you don't know. So the other thing that's really interesting regarding the gaming industry is that it's a growing market that evolves with its technology. Through the years, what you could see is that the different type of device appearing, and nowadays it's really interesting is that you see a lot of people playing through the mobiles. So then to go over the 2.2 billions players worldwide, when we try to understand deeply what is happening, we see that in fact everyone is a gamer, because there is a gamer within, there is, when you look at the gender, for example, first, you see that it's almost 50-50 for men and 50 for women. There is 4% different, but beside that, it's almost the same. And then when you look at the different ages that we took as a sample, we can see that in all the different ages, everyone there is still a community of gamers. So that's why we tend to say that everyone is a gamer, because potentially everyone, whatsoever their age or the gender, they can play games. So now the other thing that is really interesting regarding the video gaming industry is that it's the turnover. Basically in 2018, the turnover was at $140 billion, and it evolved in 2019 and got to $150 billion within a year. So it's just amazing. I mean, it attracts a lot of money, and it's not just a hobby. That's not just for teenagers. It's really massive because it attracts a lot of people and it attracts a lot of money. And then when you really pay attention to all the different type of category, I'm sure that when you think of a gamer and when you think about the gaming industry, you always think about a teenager playing either through its console or its PC, when in fact it's really it's not anymore that. It's basically everyone who plays, and everyone plays through different type of devices. In fact, the one that bring the most of the revenue is the mobile industry, the mobile devices. And when we try to analyze deeper and try to understand the trends and the way that people behave toward the gaming industry, we see that mobiles are in fact a gateway to the gaming industry. So what does that mean is that people were trying to play games first with their mobile, and if they really liked that environment and so on, they move forward with the PC or console and try to play in different type of of channels. So that's why today we see gamers are more and more cross-channel players, and they evolve in all those different type of devices, and that's really amazing because there is a lot of opportunity there. The other thing that's really interesting regarding the video game industry, when we compare it to the rest of the entertainment industry, is that it's the biggest markets ever. It brings the most revenue ever every year. So when you compare it to music, when you compare it to the cinema or even the books industry, it's really amazing to see that the video games bring $150 billion in 2019 and 140 in 2018. So now that we have an overview of what is happening worldwide, what is really interesting is to know what Gameloft do in general. So what is now the Gameloft position in the industry? The first thing that I would like to do is wish a happy birthday to Gameloft, because this year it's a really an important year. We celebrate our 20th birthday. Yeah. And the thing is that's really is interesting is that and why we've been able to stay that long in the market is that we try to reach millions of people, and to do so we try to be as close to our gamers and as close to our partners in the world, and that's why we have a presence in other than more than 150 countries. Basically, we have a team everywhere that can be reached easily, that you can contact, and that will be willing to present you what they precisely do in their market. So now, for us, our vision and why we were able to stay that long and why we expect to stay for a long time is that we really want to spread the gaming entertainment to everybody. We want to distribute the best game everywhere and on any device. We want to make sure that everyone is able, whatsoever the type of device that they have, to be able to play and enjoy the best quality of games. So now in the Middle East and the African markets, there is for sure opportunities, but what are they? For you to have a better understanding of what is possible, you need to understand the specificity of the market. First, it's an underestimated market because obviously it's not the one that generates the most of the revenue. It's only 4.8 billion of revenue, which represent 3% of the turnover in the gaming industry market. But then when you look about the growth rates, it's plus 25% every year, which is really amazing because that makes the Middle East and the African markets the fastest growing market in the gaming industry. And this happened because obviously basically most of the people there are playing games through their mobile. Once again, not everyone has the same purchasing power here in that market. So it's not always easy to find that people get access to a PC or a console, but the vast majority of the population there has a mobile for sure. So this is a mobile first market, and this is really important if you want to go in the gaming industry and you want to be part of that gaming industry. So the other thing that's really interesting and that you need to consider into that market is the four main constraints that we can see in that market. The first one has a huge effect on the rest of the constraints, and that is the purchasing power. So depending on the country and also within that country, not everyone has the same purchasing power, and this is like the difference is sometimes really, really huge, and that's why it's really tricky to take that into consideration, because obviously you have to pay attention to that, to make sure that if you want to be in the mass market, you have to pay attention to the lowest purchasing power and make sure that everyone get an access to your games, or to be part of the gaming opportunities. The other thing that you need to pay attention to is the handset access. So regarding the handset access, is that because not everyone has the same purchasing power, not everyone has the same type of mobile. You can see the latest devices in that area, in that region, but you can also see like the really old version of the mobile phones in that same area. So that's something that you need to take into consideration. The next thing is also the internet access. And for that point, what is really important and for you to understand is that obviously you have some people who won't pay attention to their internet access and have their 3G on all the time, when in fact you'll have another part of the population that will have to pay of attention to every penny that they spend. And this means that they will also have to pay attention to their internet access and how long they spend time into internet. So that's something that that needs to be taken into consideration. The latest element, I think, is the servers, because in the gaming industry, we like all the latest technology, we like the latest servers, and to provide the best experience. And the thing is that even though there is all the telecoms and a lot of different type of companies who try to provide some really good servers in the area, the servers are not always adapted to the latest technology that is linked to the gaming industry. So that's something to take into consideration. So knowing all that, what did Gameloft do? So the first thing is like we try to tackle the market in different ways. To reach our gamers, we didn't try to do it straightforward and directly. What we did is to go through business to business models to make sure that we were able to be able to reach our gamers. So we try to attract the handset manufacturer. We try to attract the telecom telecom partner, and then all the brands in general through three type of product that we provide to our gamers. So the first thing regarding the mobile manufacturer is that we provide two types of games. So the first one is the freemium and the other one is the try and buy. So I'll begin with the try and buy because it's the easiest one. So you, for example, buy the latest, like one of the mobile in your market, and the first time that you open it, you'll go and check what are the characteristic of the mobile, and for sure what you might see is maybe one of our games. And from that point of view, is if you have a try and buy, is that you will be able to play for 30 seconds or maybe finish your session, the first level, and when it's done and you liked the experience, the game is blocked, and from that point, if you want to unlock the game, you have to pay for it. The other possibility that we provide is the freemium games. It's similar to the stores, the OTT stores, so that's mean the Google Play or the Play Store. And through those stores, what we do is to, and I mean, for the freemium games, is that people can play the game all the time and enjoy the game all the time. But if they really want to evolve at some point, they will need to get some certain amount of tokens, and to get that amount of token, you will need to buy the game, to buy the tokens within the game. So it's in-app purchase for those who know the words. So then that was for the mobile manufacturers or the handset manufacturers in general, because we can also do that with the TV or the setup box. This is something that is that we can think of and provide to you. So now that we finish with that first type of offer, we'll go with the second one. And this is a turnkey subscription solution that we provide to the telecom. And this offer is really interesting because what is happening is that we provide a website. From that website, the client is able to reach it only through their tablets or their mobile phone. And from that point, once they are in that website, they are able to subscribe to the offer, and from that point, they will get access to more than 700 games that we provide within that offer. And obviously, there is every month new releases, and we make sure that there is some new games that are cool to play all the time. So that's the first thing. And also we make sure that all the games, or the vast majority of the games, are available to the different type of handset that you have and the different type of tablet that you have. In fact, we cover more than 10,000 handsets nowadays. So this is like really huge when you compare to what is available in the within the market. And the specificity of that offer is that you download the game. So depending of the memory that you have within your phone, you will be able to download a lot of games, and we'll make sure that those games are adapted to that market, and they don't wage too much. So that's really interesting. Beside that aspects regarding the subscription offer, where we make sure that also the price are adapted to the clients and the markets, and this means the different regions. We also have now a back-end platform that is really amazing. Thanks to that platform, you are now able to do a monitoring of the KPIs online and check everything on a daily basis, or through the time. It just depends on you. The other thing that is really interesting is the gamification aspect. Now, what is happening is that you can subscribe to the offer, and then there is some element for you to be able to get engaged more and more, and be happy with the experience. So this is basically the offer that we provide to telecoms, and for sure there will be an evolvement in the coming years, and that will obviously depend on the servers that will be available within the different markets, and that is the cloud. The future for me is in the cloud, and it's for sure the future because it is an exciting experience for everyone. We make sure that we provide high quality games. So if you look at the experience, it's really the PC and console type of games that you can have, that you can enjoy. In fact, in the different type of devices that you may have at home. So it could be your tablet, it could be your phone, it could be your TV, or it could be your PC. And that's really is interesting because if you start, for example, a session through your mobile because you were outside, you will be able to finish your session once you arrive at home through your TV or even your PC. So this is really the future of the subscription offer, and this is something that we provide already in some markets, but this is something that we will for sure provide to everyone in the coming years. And also the last thing that is really interesting is that it's an offer that is really interesting to everyone. We make sure that there is a game for the different type of player that you may be. And to do so, we have a portfolio of more than 400 games to make sure that whatsoever the type of games you like, you will find it in that offer.
Ah, morri, mano. 417.
Fanta, gente, aumenta isso aqui. Fanta.
For you to have a better understanding of what is happening right now is that the third solution that we provide is a marketing solution for every brand. And the example that you saw was the Fanta story. So what we did with Fanta is to create a game that was really specific to them. And what was happening is that the character was evolving within the game, and depending on how much you were screaming, the character was jumping in a different way. So if you were just saying Fanta, the little character was doing a little jump. But if you were really screaming, the character was really jumping. And that was really interesting, and a lot of people got engaged through that game. And they were like, as we could saw, there were like almost 3 million minutes of people spending on that game. So it was really a massive solution that we provided. And for sure, this is something that we can replicate whatsoever the market, and obviously in the Middle East and the African market. The other thing that we provide in terms of marketing solutions for the brands are the esports solutions. So for example, what we can do is to create a only online, so digital event. You just have to download our games and then play it during a week, a month, a year if you want. Or what we can do is to mix everything and make sure that from the digital to the live event, there is a complete experience toward the esports competition. And what we did is create an opportunity to the Asphalt, to Orange with the Asphalt Orange Cup. And that was an amazing event. You could see people playing online and then gathered at one event and play that game, the Asphalt game, on an offline event, physical event. And this is something that we can provide to any brands, and being part of that type of offer is really interesting, because our gamers are going to be engaged in our games and also see your brand, and in some way be engaged to your brand also. So now to sum up, what did I say? And I could say in 1 minute is that the gaming industry is a pop culture phenomenon, and we have a big community, so you need to be part of that community, and you need to be related to that, because there is for sure a piece of that huge increasing turnover that you can take and create also. So being part of the gaming industry is really, really important, more than the music or the cinema industry. The other thing is that in the Middle East and the African region, you are in the fastest growing markets. So there is a lot of opportunity for you to tackle and take advantage of in the gaming industry for sure. The other thing and the last thing is that whatsoever the business that you have, there is for sure an opportunity for you, either because you're a mobile manufacturer or a handset manufacturer in general, and then we can preload our games within your handset. The other thing is that if you are telecom, there is for sure a turnkey subscription service solution that we can provide to you, and there is, as you could see into slide, there is a lot of things that you could consider, and obviously all those the offer that were presented are already live and are available on our site. So there is something that you can take from it. There is a lot of advantages that you can tackle from it. And the last thing is that if you're in a brand in general, so whatever the brands you are, and you're looking for attraction and you're looking for engagement, there is for sure a marketing solution that you can take from that gaming industry and make sure that you get more visibility, more engagement, and you attract all that gaming community to your brand. So now that I've done everything, I would like to thank you for the time you spent by listening to me. And anyway, I'm really happy to be part of the GC event. And I want to thank the team for inviting me. And for sure, if there is anything, you can either contact them or contact me. I'll be happy to talk to you if there is any question that you may have. Have a good day. Enjoy your evening, depending on when you're listening to that video, and maybe see you soon. Bye.
That was an interesting talk with Gameloft and mobile gaming, and more about mobile gaming in KSA. We have with us here right now UMX Studios and Target Games. The pride of Saudi Arabia comes from mobile gaming and all it takes to do a mobile game. Here we have it right now with this coming talk. والآن أعزائي المشاهدين مع محادثة ثانية عن الموبايل جيمنج في السعودية. معانا تارجت جيمز وستوديوز UMX. كل شيء له علاقة بالعلامات واللعبات وكل شيء يتعلق بالموبايل جيمنج في السعودية. لنبدأ.